Yeah, I don't know what we about to do. Hold on, give me a second.
This is woman.
Alright, I think we got our first video. James Harden going back to the Houston Rockets. Houston Rockets fans, I'm pretty sure they in love with that. Yeah. But I'm gonna make a video real quick. You know how I do at the beginning, like the first 5 minutes or something. I'm gonna make a video, try to post it. Then we're gonna start TikTok and then we're gonna get the shit going, you know what I mean? But in the meantime, in between time, have a little patience. Patience is a virtue seldom used, so go ahead and test it out real quick. You dig?
And her name is Ebony Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was on a show with Iyanla Vanzant, and she was basically asking specifically about men, and she was saying that why aren't men meeting the expectation that women today need of them or want of them in order to provide, you know, the provision and protection. And Iyanla Vanzant asked her, well, would you date a bus driver? And she said, I would only date the bus owner.
Well, this is why men aren't meeting women's expectations today, because women have unrealistic expectations that nobody on earth can meet. They can't even meet the expectations in the lowest qualities of what a woman should be. To have the expectations that they have. Now, they got unrealistic expectations. Today's women are delusional, really, when it comes to men. Today's women want to be expert on men, but they're not. They want to be expert on men, but they're poorly behaved women. Yeah, they good bitches. Yeah, they top notch. But they performance level as women.
We're gonna start it back up in a second. That's just for the video, but yeah, we're gonna rerun it back. Just give me a minute, all right? Alright, I'm almost done editing the little video. I'm just chopping it just a little bit, so I'm gonna use it to, try to get some people to pull up real quick. But, yeah, that shit almost done. Hold on, let me move this a little bit too. Slightly, you know what I'm saying? Slight. Hey. what we got next? Oh no, we still gonna watch that one first though too. Give me a second though. Still not done. There you go, it just finished. Pop, pop. Stuff around too. It's gonna take a little longer. I'm moving this dude around real quick. Hold on, move it back right around there. I can't see, but that shit looks good, I think. Yeah. Damn, man. Alright. Sheesh. Trying to kill me. I don't know where that shit just came from. It just got in my eye. Dust or something, maybe? I don't know. Lead tech. Hey. What is this? Emails? Alright, I ain't looking at emails right now, alright? Alright. Hey, James Harden. Wow. Oh yeah, let me get the chat out too. I forgot about that too. Let me do that. What is this? I got notifications and shit? Hey, got notifications. Let's get this chat and get out of here. Alright. Got that. Now I gotta get the other one. Hold on. Let's see if I can do it down here again. Yeah. Damn. I gotta bring it over here. Yeesh. That's not the one now, huh? Whatever. Let me just do it like this. The right way. Ready now almost? For what? I do not know. But do we ever? Alright. 1 second. Almost done posting this shit. Actually, I'm not even. Hold on. I ain't even started yet. Hey, there we go. Alright. Hey, my arm is disappearing on the screen. Yeah. EDC weekend. Let's see what he talking about. What the fuck? Hey. Oh, my other video is done. I'm trying to multitask. Sorry. Damn. Forgot the most important part, right? Sheesh. Alright. Damn, bro. Alright. We in business. Posting this shit in multiple places real quick. I don't know if you can see it in my glasses and shit. Which one? Let's do it this one. Fuck it. I'm about to live stream on TikTok. Turn that weird ass shit down. Why was that shit so loud though? Like, what was that? Alright. I got him. Only keep this office kill and elements don't. Nothing new over here, man. Hey. What's up, y'all? I'm live streaming on Twitch and YouTube right now as well. If y'all want to see the full experience, I got live, I'm live reacting to Charleston White videos and other videos and playing Battlefield 2042 at the same time. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm playing a little music and stuff that I made. Listening to this beat. But right now we're finna listen to Charleston White talk about modern day women.
It's this woman and her name is Ebony Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was on a show with Iyanla Vanzant. And she was basically asking specifically about men. And she was saying that why aren't men meeting the expectation that women today need of them or want of them in order to provide, the provision and protection. And then Iyanla Vanzant asked her, well, would you date a bus driver? And she said, I would only date the bus owner.
Damn.
Well, this is why men aren't meeting women's expectations today, because women have unrealistic expectations that nobody on earth can meet.
Right.
They can't even meet the expectations in the lowest qualities of what a woman should be. To have the expectations that they have. Now, they got unrealistic expectations. Today's women are delusional, really, when it comes to men. Today's women want to be expert on men.
Somebody said Frank Ocean was a fraud anyway. Didn't he only come out like with one album or some shit? I don't know. I'm not a big Frank Ocean fan, so I guess I'll just default to Rocky. He did that one song that everybody likes, so I'll go with Rocky. That's my final answer.
It's this woman, and her name is Ebony.
Let me restart this video real quick though.
It's this woman, and her name is Ebony Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was on a show with Iyanla Vanzant, and she was basically asking specifically about men, and she was saying that why aren't men meeting the expectation that women today need of them or want of them in order to provide, the provision and protection. And Iyanla Vanzant asked her, well, would you date a bus driver? And she said, I would only date
That's crazy.
the bus owner.
Well, this is why men aren't meeting women expectations today, because women have unrealistic expectations that nobody on earth can meet. They can't even meet the expectations in the lowest qualities of what a woman should be. To have the expectations that they have. Now, they got unrealistic expectations. Today's women are delusional, really, when it comes to men. Today's women want to be expert on men, but they're not. They want to be expert on men, but they're poorly behaved women.
Yeah.
Yeah, they good bitches. Yeah, they top notch.
Right.
But they performance level as women, the cooking, the cleaning, the submissiveness, they lack all of those traits. They want to be they want to carry the strength and the bravadiness that the men carry. They want to be able to stand up and stand shoulder to shoulder and be eye to eye with their men in equality. And that's impossible if you want to be a woman, because a woman would never be equal to a man. Or never.
There you have
You can't convince them of that.
That's why they should let her kick their ass again. It should be allowed, but sometime if you should be able to whoop your woman ass sometime.
Well, that used to be that wasn't necessarily
real law.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That wasn't a bad thing back in the day.
No, man, slapping the shit out your bitch ain't bad at all. Her throwing hot water on you while you sleep and grits ain't bad.
You don't think that's bad?
No, man.
What that happened to Al Green?
That's part of love. Hell you talking about? Yeah, two motherfuckers stabbing each other. Yeah, that's part of love. Hell you talking about?
Well, on the flip side, you got you heard about Steve Harvey's wife's ex dude getting out of jail, right?
The drug dealer nigga, she
Yeah.
That's her real love, they say. That's that nigga, everybody knows that nigga that the nigga that
funny.
get the broad while the nigga in jail, the nigga in jail really the one.
He the one?
He just got, he really the one. Yeah, he really the one. He really the one.
Charleston
Everybody
White,
know that.
Anton Daniels.
He threw her under the bus though.
Well, cause that still is.
You know what he said about her?
What?
He said he recently said that they asked him, they said, yo, once you went to jail, did she had a number to your connect? And he said, yeah, she had the number to the connect, and that she was still moving work after he went to jail.
He didn't throw her under the bus.
He said that.
Listen, but listen, he didn't throw her under the bus. Everybody know that.
Everybody know
He
that
wasn't supposed to
already,
say it
huh?
out loud though.
Oh man, the bitch run off with that money. Yeah. Bitch do right with the money. He supposed to.
She didn't?
He would. If she did, he wouldn't be saying this.
Right?
Think about it. If she really done right by this kind, now these kind of niggas don't do this. This is the get back, cause the bitch done went and got with the trick, done went and got with the sucker with my money. That's how she was able to get up in the arena with this nigga with my money. If she didn't have my money, she wouldn't have never been up in the circle to rub elbows and shoulders and bump into this sucker. So yeah, the bitch need to kick back. So since the bitch ain't kicked back, I'm getting out and I know how to get everybody's attention. I'm finna drop this motherfucking down on the ground, goddamn me, so I can pick a big old bag up, cause everybody gonna want to talk. Say, man, game recognized game. Salute, player.
Right?
Salute, player. Game recognized game, man.
She was supposed to hold him down?
Man, you ain't got to hold me down. Kick back.
Right.
You couldn't even got in this position if it wasn't for me. Salute me for the game I done gave you. Salute
Exactly,
me for
man, that's
being
all.
able, for me being able to put you in a position where you can bump into this mark, into this sucker.
Exactly.
Now he your husband. You done made him, so now, man, kick me back.
That's
you
all
done
I'm trying
knocked
to
the
say
big
too,
fish,
man.
baby. Come on now.
Jeez.
And you couldn't have sprung off that if you come off my diving board, baby. Come on now, kick me back.
You know
That's
what
how it's
that-
supposed to go now.
You know what that remind me of? Casino. Ginger
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Ace.
Man, come on now, but
Favorite movie.
Ace was the white boy with the ism. The nigga ism is
Different. Man. It's a
no
little
man,
different.
if nothing else, kick me back. But
Right, man.
yeah, man, you supposed to do that for me.
She was supposed to
Exactly.
kick me back.
Man, she done went and got with this sucker. This sucker out all in the world telling women they can think
Exactly,
like men.
bro.
But you can't act like no lady and think like no man because thinking dictates behavior. Your thinking is what governs and dictates your behavior.
dropping game right now.
is what creates your habits. Your habits is what display and show your character. Your
Exactly.
character is what decides your destiny, how far you go in life. So bitch, you can't think like no man and act like no lady. That's an oxymoron. But you
Yeah,
took that
paradox.
shit. Now y'all having problem with men because you trying to think like one, and there's no way for you to do that. There's no way. So now, man, shout out to the nigga that's getting out of jail that had Marjorie. Nigga was selling that dope. Nigga, play on them. And come out and tell it all. Write a tell-all book. Nigga, they'll pay you to hush up. That kickback money is a motherfucker. She knows she's supposed to get that kickback money.
Exactly. He
They
ain't
say she
saying
never
nothing
fell
wrong.
off. Like even after you went to jail, she went to the
Everybody
next dude.
know that. That's how she caught the sucker.
Exactly.
Man,
She
ain't
was
no.
around.
But see, she had another nigga for the sucker. didn't
Right,
she?
that's what I'm saying.
So she had another nigga for Steve Harvey. So man, everybody know, man. Everybody know. That's why
He said everybody know.
that's why the daughter.
I knew you was gonna say that.
That's why the daughter.
I knew you was gonna
That's
say
why
that,
the
bro.
daughter. That's why the daughter got an appeal. That's attracted to these certain kind of niggas.
I was just about to ask you that. I swear to God,
Man,
on my,
listen,
on my father's grave, I was gonna ask you that, bro.
The mama, listen, homie. The mama is what we call a stomp down broad, right? Steve ain't no stomp down nigga.
Hell nah.
He come in place, man. He come in like no.
Well, you know what he told? He said a woman ain't even got to bring nothing to the table at all.
Man, he just talking. She brought some, man, she had something to the table.
You don't know what he
and,
talking
and
about.
she made the sucker. That's her sucker. That's her sucker.
Charleston White's classic every time. All right, here we go. I got another one. He talking about Brittany Griner or whatever. So this one's got to be funny too.
Yeah. I'm gonna pay for your that. Yeah, nigga, you finna lose your bitch fucking with me.
He said you gonna lose your bitch fucking with me. What's up, y'all? What y'all doing?
So, man, I get it. Yeah. I get it.
I don't know. You might be old school, see?
I am. I'm granddad of them. Yeah. A car note get paid, a bill
Exactly.
get paid, but just my bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my little bitch. That's how they go.
That's it. Simple as that.
Do you think
Not
that that's
that
just like?
complicated.
Do you think that the guys today still got that same sentiment?
Nah, they get handled like tricks.
Yeah.
They get handled like tricks. And they getting emotionally. Well, they don't have them same sentiments.
It's a
These
wrap.
aren't the same dominant men that can dictate and nah, man.
What you think is because of social media?
It ain't because of social media. This
said
is
it
a
ain't
group
because
of
of social
men
media.
who don't know how to handle no woman because they ain't never seen a man handle their mama.
Oh, so
Right.
they've been raised by single women.
And they mama's been handling them, hollering at them, fussing at them. These are the boys who was told, don't you're not supposed to hit girls.
Right.
So how you go handle a hoe and you been told not to hit them? You supposed to let her hit you, kick on you, slap on you, but you're not supposed to hit her back.
I don't believe in that.
Me neither, but we didn't raise these boys.
I don't believe in that at all.
Did.
Right. What you supposed to do?
So, it's just a different group of non-dominant men, and the women are more dominant now.
Simple.
You think it's gonna reverse? You think it's gonna change though? Because they say everything that go around come around. Like everything is cyclical.
I mean, nobody factored in homosexuality when they were saying that.
Right?
Nobody factored in transgender women and men. We don't
It's
know
all
what's
this
going to
stuff.
from that.
Right.
Because it seemed like transgender men who want to be women are going against natural born women.
Yeah.
That's
they in
crazy.
the sports now.
It seemed like they trying to. It seemed like they trying
They
to
call them
just
cis women.
do away with
It's
women,
weird.
and make the transsexual more prettier, more appealing, more attractive, and you now starting to see videos where they jumping on the women,
Yeah.
kicking the women ass.
You heard? I don't know if you heard what the Brittany Griner chick did. The chick that we got back from Russia.
Nah, what she do?
What she did?
She had a press conference and they asked her and it was like, what do you think about, transgenders participating in women's sports? And she said she was an advocate for it. Like
What?
she believed that they
That's
should be able
weird.
to participate in women's sports.
Then I believe she should have been in a male prison in Russia then.
Right?
That's what I said.
If she believed transgender women, then she should have been in a male prison in Russia. Then transgender women that want to be men should go. Now transgender men who want to be women.
He's like, hold on, let me figure it out.
See, it's all confusing.
Yeah, I
It
agree. That
is.
shit fucked up. I can't.
It's all
He
messed
said
up,
it's
bro.
fucked up. I give up.
I
It's
couldn't even
all
put the puzzle
confusing,
together.
bro.
I couldn't even put my brain froze.
It's all confusing. It don't make sense.
Don't.
No, yeah, no.
They
So then
fighting
that
for
means it
rights
should
they
only be
already
one
got.
sport then. I mean, it should only be like it shouldn't be a men and a women's sports. It should only be the sport. And then whoever, obviously it's only gonna be men on there, but
Right.
yeah, that's what she said. She said that she think that transgender should be able to participate in women's
He just
sports. Which I
laughing.
don't understand that.
Yeah, no. Yes, no. I don't get it either.
Did you hear about that that guy that choked that dude out on the train? I guess it was in
And
New
killed
York.
him. Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
about that.
yeah.
The Marine,
The
who
Marine
wound up
choked
killing that dude.
Yeah, I heard about that.
What you think about that?
Everybody think black people weak now. It used to be a time where nobody bothered nobody black. Yeah, you walk by, they used to lock their car doors. They don't do that no more.
They ain't scared of black people no more?
Nah. We the pigeons of the world. I keep telling everybody that. We have no self-defense.
Pigeons of the
we
world?
cannot stop nobody from attacking us.
They got Asian hate crime bills and they got them for everybody else.
We
Right.
can't stop nobody from attacking us. They can attack us at will, whenever they want to.
You think it's
That's
a black
crazy.
thing or you think it's just a black man thing? Because they still advocate for black women. I had
Yeah, they do.
the family lawyer for Shanquella Robinson on the show. And she said that the Biden administration won't sign off for them to prosecute, for them to, extradite and then prosecute the person that beat up on Shanquella Robinson. Yeah, that's what she
Crazy.
said. I had her on the show. She said that they can't get the Biden administration or the legislators to actually sign off.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
I wonder why, huh?
She just said it like 2 or 3 days
Nah,
ago.
it's black people, homie. Man, listen. If that was a white girl,
Oh yeah, they definitely would have
like that
signed that
little white
out.
girl that Vandal
been a wrap.
dude in Bermuda,
Mhm.
homie, they was relentless about that white girl. If they would have watched a white girl get done the way Shanquella was done, there's no way.
Yeah, she said that it's. She said that it's. She said that
Lakers at 5:30.
first of all, they only can possibly get one person prosecuted of all of those people that was there, and she said that even of that one person, the FBI said that they not gonna do it, and then they
The
moved it
FBI
up to the
said,
Biden
"Fuck it."
administration, and the Biden administration is completely ignoring them.
Well, I say it all the time. That's when we supposed to come in and
Right?
do the old lynch mob.
Oh, you not. That's not gonna happen. Black people is. I think that black people is docile. They weak now.
Damn.
Yeah, nah, it's over with.
It's over with.
Nah, Twan, it's black people. It ain't just the black man. It's black babies. Dr. King them wanted equal rights and equal protection, and we never got it. We got civil rights. Civil rights aren't equal rights.
What's the difference?
Right?
It's a big difference. Civil rights is something somebody keep voting on and amending and adding to. Equal rights is the rights that you're given from God, and nobody ever
Inalienable
can
rights.
amend them. Ain't nobody giving white people rights.
That's true.
Nobody has given white people rights. So why do we have to be given them? If we ask, if we demand and fight for equal rights and equal protection, then would nobody have to give us nothing.
Right? There you go. Simple as that. On that note, let me get like a couple minutes. Actually, let's play Breakthrough, matter of fact. Play a round of Breakthrough real quick. Play a quick round of Breakthrough real quick. Let's see how it goes. See if I can get any kills while I look for another video real quick to watch. Alright.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is that another one already? No, we already saw that one. Alright, cool. This one is gonna
Found
be
evidence.
good too. We'll watch that one in a second though.
No contact
If y'all want to
with
watch
Delta
the
One.
videos with
Objective
me,
lost.
come over to YouTube or Twitch. I'm on You People Live too on YouTube and You People Live on Twitch. And then you can see the whole show, and you know, if you're on TikTok or anywhere else. Where else? Alright. Well, let's try to get a kill though. Hold on. Switch
An objective has been
characters.
captured by enemy forces.
Move this phone over here. Damn, man. All right, let me try to fix that real quick. Let me make one more adjustment. The audio, and then we'll see if that makes any difference later on. All right. Oh, hold on. I see a helicopter. Did they shoot it down already? Nope. Let's get it. Where the hell is he at?
The Russians will advance sector by sector. Hold them as long as you can.
There he goes.
We have to break their assault force before they take the site.
Am I on the ladder? Yeah, I think I am. Holy shit, I'm getting
Protect
shot.
yourself in any way necessary.
By who? Oh, over
Friendly
there.
forces are securing Delta One.
Holy shit, bro. I got him anyway, though.
Spotted a helo!
I hit the helicopter. Come on, bro.
Marcus that, get going! Requesting ranger drop at these coordinates.
Hostiles hitting Delta 2.
Holy shit. Fucking sniper.
We now
Sitting
control
behind a
the-
rock. Alright, let's look for another video. What is this, Saturday? Oh yeah, it's Saturday. Holy shit, this is 20 minutes long.
So initially,
The full debate? Wait a minute. I don't know if I want to watch the full debate, but we'll see.
Help
Can
me
somebody
get back
save
in.
me?
Help me up!
Look at the dirt.
Hostiles are
He's
trying
all
to secure
dirty.
our objectives.
Battlefield's a pretty cool game. Alright, whatever, he's dead. Let's move on.
Delta 2 has been seized by the enemy.
The helicopter is still up. Let's go right here and try to get this helicopter. How the fuck is he flying so low? Oh, that shit ain't gonna shoot far enough. Switch to the spotter seat. There we go.
Allied forces are attacking Delta 2.
Come on, bro. They won't let me shoot it. Where the hell is he going? What the heck is that helicopter? So I'm coming back right now.
Support package available.
One rocket left.
They've attacked Delta 1.
Get me some ammo! I need a vehicle deployed at my location.
Understood. Requested vehicle en route.
Don't get hit by the truck.
Enemy strength is down 25%.
Dude, what the hell just happened? My truck blew up. Where the fuck are they shooting at me? Of course. From behind me, as usual. Alright, this character's ass. I can't shoot the damn helicopter. And I can't even get close without getting killed, so. Let's, oh, the tornado's here. Let's switch back to assault. Switch back to assault and get in this tank. Let's go over there. Fuck it, let's go. Come on, bro. Am I gonna die? Come on, let's see if I can make it. Alright. Just wanted to see what was up there first.
One of our objectives has been attacked. Supply package. We are moving to assault Delta 2.
We taking this shit or what? Of course. Sniper. Jumps down and gets me. It's the weekend. What do you expect? Damn, come on. I think we can take it though. What the f—
Delta 1 is under attack.
That's that same dude with that short ass shotgun. Why is this guy over here? What the hell are they doing, bro? Wonder why we can't cap. I'm gonna die. Yeah. Ah, what is this? I was playing so good yesterday too. Today, not so well apparently. Alright, so we'll just start back here because those guys on our squad apparently don't care about capping. They just want to,
Disregard that order.
and this is breakthrough as well, like,
Objective is no longer
it's
secure.
not too hard to cap in breakthrough. We just have 2 fucking targets.
Secure.
So for us not to cap 2 targets and be able to move on is pretty pathetic. Like I said, it's breakthrough, so.
Requesting a ranger drop at this location. Car marker, let's go! Actually, cancel that.
What the fuck, man? Are these dudes like only playing sniper today or what? Fucking hate snipers.
Delta 2 needs attention.
Gotcha.
Their resources are at 50%.
Around 70 meters from my position.
We have secured an objective.
Threat marked. 70 meters away from my position.
Got his ass trying to run away.
Fly.
Damn.
Control of an objective.
I thought I saw somebody up there too. That's crazy. Sheesh.
We've lost an objective to the enemy.
Revive, revive. He got pushed back down. You seen that? Alright, that's what I'm gonna do.
Delta 2.
Damn, these guys, we can't get Delta 2 at all. Can't go up there? I'm about to say. Get up there. Holy shit, bro. Of course there's a guy right there when I decide to jump down. What is today? Oh yeah,
That
Saturday.
objective is no longer secure.
Sheesh. Alright, let's get into the video then. Let's watch the video since I can't kill anybody right now.
This is riveting, thank you.
It's
If
very
we had
riveting.
Our phones and you didn't tell us to put it away, maybe we could have our sources cited. I mean, I think that the fact that you're trying to refute our argument because and asking us to cite our sources
I'm not.
when
No,
we're
no, no,
not
no.
like
You don't
physically
need
able
to give me your
cite-
sources, but you need to articulate what is
He said
the
you need to
wage gap.
articulate.
What is the wage
What
gap?
is the wage gap?
What is it?
It's
Can you tell me what the
when
wage
two
gap is?
people Who, man and woman,
There's no such thing.
not all the time, but a lot of the time, are doing the same exact job and they're not being paid very well.
No such thing.
That's illegal. Women are
Yeah.
making less
That's
money
illegal.
on average, and even if it's illegal, it's still happening.
No, it
And there's
doesn't.
also a
It
lot of
doesn't
practices.
happen.
For example, women do a lot of domestic and care work that is unpaid, which adds to that.
If your
That's the
husband,
assertion.
if you're a
What?
stay-at-home mom, and your
Oh, we're playing
husband is
defense.
out
I don't even know.
working, providing for the family, it's not really like it's not unpaid labor because your husband's out there
Right.
working, providing for the family, the house, the food.
Obviously, like
It's not-
we're outliers, so I don't know how else to describe it.
Outliers.
I mean, there is a gap between like how much money men make and how much money women make.
No, there
but-
isn't.
It's not
What-
just the same jobs either. It's also that men are more likely to get higher paying jobs than women, and it's not because women are incompetent.
What is it because?
Can I deflect the conversation quickly? What are the inequalities for male? I would love to hear.
Well, you're changing gears pretty quick. I would like to stay on the
Right.
wage gap
I'm
thing.
curious about what Reina is asking, actually.
Same.
We
Do tell.
well, we should stick on the
They
wage.
don't wanna-
I'd
they
be
don't wanna
happy
talk
to
about wage
get to
gap.
that, but I would like to, before shifting on to another topic, we could talk about the wage gap for a little bit. So, what is the numerical? Do you know what the number is for the wage gap? Like, it's
I
often
don't
like
know.
you
There's
hear
no such thing as a wage
It
gap.
was
80
like
cents or
70%, but my
73
data
cents.
is very old. Like this was the
last time I
70%
saw-
was
the
like
last time I saw a source for this was
2013
the study
probably.
they studied the study they pulled that from literally took just average working women and their pay versus or that the median income.
It took all the men working in the U.S. and all the women working in the U.S. and compared it like that. They didn't take into consideration hours worked, part-time or full-time, kind
somebody
of
got
job
me.
that they're doing. There's
On a
so
minigun,
many
too.
factors when analyzing something like this.
I don't think that's fair. I think it should be more. If there
And
was
she
a
says she
study
doesn't think
that
that's
showed
fair.
Exact salary on the same exact profession, I think that'd be fine. Because there are professions where women dominate and male don't dominate. And
Yeah, well, I mean, there's just differences in the career paths that both men and women go to. But when you control for all the factors that you can control for, the gap shrinks to like it's 1 cent difference.
for
Right.
every single job in the whole wide world,
There's been there's been studies done on it,
It's
and they
been
found
debunked.
there's I think it was 19
No such
different
thing as a
factors
wage
that
gap.
predict a person's income, and discrimination is a small percentage, but it is.
Well, what are these other factors?
I mean, like things women like to do. Like, why would like most women typically aren't going to want to work 80 hours a week, have no personal life,
Right.
and dedicate 30 years to it, like working as like a CEO. Like
But I think-
most women just won't want to do that.
I think the wage gap that we're talking about is being paid less for the same job. I don't think it's.
That's illegal, and if that's happening, then that's when
Yeah,
you
it's
gotta
illegal.
take,
Exactly.
yeah,
It would
take
be
action.
much
yeah.
nicer if there was a culture where we are more transparent with our salary. That's fine, but no one's going to admit they're
Holy
making a
sh-
lot more and admit
Who
that they're
saw
doing
me?
crime, right? That
I
was
mean, but
crazy.
honestly, like
Incriminating.
saying what the same work is hard, because like
Of course.
yeah, because like you can say you have the same job, but it's more difficult to say like
There's no
who's
such
doing-
thing
if
as
they're
a
doing
wage-
the same
yeah,
amount
good
of
point.
work or not.
My
yeah.
point is that these studies are inconclusive and they're not great studies because we don't actually look at the root of the problem. The wage gap is really just defined as different salaries, different salaries on the same exact job.
I know
a
there's
glass
a
ceiling
there's a
for
recent
women.
study that where Google thought that this might be happening, so they audited all their employee pay, and they had to end up paying men like millions of dollars.
Yeah,
But it's
Google
just not
Google
that
was
simple.
overpaying
Exactly.
women,
For the same
and
job.
actually what the recent data shows is that single, unmarried, childless women actually out-earn their male counterparts. It's like 117%, something. Or sorry, it's I don't know the exact number, but men and women end up making different choices. But if you look at childless, never married women, they out-earn their male counterparts. It's not a difference between men and women. It's a difference between what is it? It's a difference between fathers and mothers.
Where is the fuck is it?
Wait, are we
I
just
think
saying
we can
kids are
still. I think we can
distraction?
still call that a wage gap, though. We're not accounting for things like how
Oh, yeah,
women are
the
expected
issue
societally
the
to
issue
be
I have
married.
with the wage gap is it comes from a place of assuming that it's because men are sexist that there is a wage gap, and that's just
I
false.
don't
No such
think that
thing
that's
as a wage
necessarily
gap.
true, because that's just oversimplifying the issue.
I mean, but
fact
the issue is
that-
oversimplified, though. A lot of girls are out
Like,
here
for
protesting,
example,
like
STEM.
like
STEM is a field where you can earn a lot of money. There's there's not as many women in STEM
because girls don't want to
as
do
there are
that.
men.
It's
Hold on,
boring.
first
Or
of
is it
all,
because
I'm
women are
STEM.
not
I
socialized
know, but
to do it?
how many
Not
how many girls are
socialized,
with
what?
you in your STEM classes, though? Not a lot.
Probably like a third.
But
I'd
why do
say.
you think that
in
is?
in
Like,
societies that are the most equal, if you look at Sweden, you look at Norway, you look at Denmark, these are societies that have gone above and beyond to try to create equality in their societies. you actually start to see a greater divergence in terms of men going in a certain direction and women going a certain direction. When you give people the most amount of equality, there are differences.
And
Shocker.
freedom to choose what they want.
There's differences in what people choose to pursue. So,
We must consider.
but just on the STEM thing really quick is like, yeah, men have, generally speaking, have a greater interest in those sort of fields.
But do you think that's just inherent? I mean, where does
Yes.
that come
Yeah.
from? Of
I
course
think-
it's
I think
cultural
it's
and
inherent.
social.
No, because
Absolutely.
that's what the Scandinavian countries thought, is if we can apply enough social pressure to men and women to like kind of start doing different things, then we should see a trend towards more leveling of like STEM and maybe like
agree.
nursing. But
Yeah.
what you see is more girls are choosing the people jobs and more guys are choosing the STEM jobs. So it's going reverse. So it's not societal. Like I believe it's more instinctual.
I
And also
disagree.
the whole STEM thing, like women are outnumbering men in biological sciences, so, and that's within the STEM field, so.
And isn't biological sciences generally paid less than like the more techie parts of STEM?
Well, I mean, you can be a doctor if you've studied, most people who are pre-med are
Just
study bio.
opportunities wise.
Well, okay, let me ask you guys a question. So the WNBA earns far less than the NBA. Do you think that's justified or unjustified?
I think that's justified. That's a hot take. I think it is justified just because they have a lot more viewers. They're going to bring in a lot more money.
Okay, I'll go around what do you think? WNBA? Here, I got you. Should the WNBA, should they be
You
compensated
got
the
me on
same
that.
as NBA players?
No, they don't make enough money.
They're not. They're not, but do you think they should?
Yes,
No.
I feel like they should.
Okay.
And like,
They don't make enough money.
Women in like what is it again?
They don't
NBA?
even sell out enough games. The women don't even
Basketball?
support their own
Basketball.
sport.
Yeah, that
Okay,
thing.
sorry, I don't watch a lot of sports.
It's all good.
But yeah, they should because they're playing like the same profession.
Okay, and you
know?
guys,
No.
would you agree with like soccer too?
That's
been a
stupid.
conversation that the women's soccer team supposedly doesn't make as much as the men's soccer team. Let's
Well-
stick to the WNBA because that's a different one. But did you answer that?
If the reason why women are being paid less is because there's less viewers, then just paying them more doesn't actually solve the problem. The
Right.
problem is, why is it that people are more interested in watching men's sports than women's sports?
Because it's more
And
exciting,
I feel like
it's
the
better.
answer goes back to sexism, which is a cultural construct.
No, women
People
don't even
just wanna
watch
see the
basketball.
absolute best at like people do a certain like skill.
All right.
Hold
Like,
on.
It's just more entertaining to see the best of the best.
Eric, can you pull up? There's an infographic in the podcast folder. It's called Sports Fans. Just pull that up because it's related. So we'll go around the table. We'll continue. WNBA, should they be paid as much as their male counterparts in the NBA?
Okay, so kind of like going with what Tomiya said, like, okay, if it's viewership, but they're not getting as much as guys, why is that? Is it because the guys are more entertaining? If that's the case, then like, okay,
Yes.
they're bringing
Closer into the mic.
They're bringing in more fans. They're bringing in more viewerships. If it's the guys, they should get paid more. If the girls aren't getting the viewership, it makes sense to me that they don't get paid equally.
I think it's justified. I think the NBA is a far greater like organization than the WNBA. A lot more people. I personally don't watch WNBA, but I'll catch a few NBA games. So I feel like the men deserves more in that aspect.
Okay. What about you?
I think it is justified because there's going to be
Of course
disparities
it's
in everything. They
justified.
enjoy watching men play sports more, just like they enjoy watching us make porn more. So, yeah.
Fair.
Holy shit.
That's a good one.
Fair.
Yeah, I think it's fair as well. I mean, like, even in the way past, like, women wasn't even allowed to
I tried to throw a knife.
until it was allowed to. I mean, it was just like an
Fuck.
old time thing. And then, yeah, I mean, like, who gets the most money in OF? The hottest people. They get more viewership, they get more money. Like, yeah.
Okay. Eric, can you pull up the infographic? All right, so this is the share of sports fans in the United States as of May 2022 by gender. So on the left you have the regular blue, that's an avid fan. Dark blue, casual fan. Gray, not a fan at all. On the left you have male, on the right you have female. So there's a much higher proportion of men who are avid fans, whereas on females, they're just not a fan at all of sports. So
In general,
nothing
just
is
at all.
preventing women from consuming the WNBA. Y'all could, but here, okay. Besides Brittany Griner, who we should actually talk about momentarily, because there's actually some news on Brittany Griner as of today. Fucking ridiculous. I was meaning to talk about that. Name one WNBA player besides Brittany Griner. No?
I don't know. I'm not into sports.
Anything?
Yeah, I'm not a sports fan.
Well, okay.
Not a sports fan. We could talk about gaming.
I'm into esports.
Yeah.
No WNBA players for me.
Who's Brittany?
Who's Brittany?
Okay. Can you guys name any male NBA players?
No.
Come on.
No, I'm.
Kobe? Bryant?
Yeah.
Michael
that
Jordan.
does ring
Michael
a,
Jordan.
Does ring a bell, yeah. But I'm not into
Jams.
sports.
Okay. All right. I'm sure you
LeBron
all could.
James Harden, Michael Vick, Reggie
LeBron
Bush.
James.
Steph Curry.
I think that's a
Yeah, that's
football
NFL.
player. But
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, it's a sport.
Short King.
Sports in general, unless you were talking about
What she
specifically
say?
basketball
Shark
players.
King. Who the fuck
But
is
okay,
that?
so you brought up sports, right? What? So what?
I don't think I brought up sports.
Who?
I brought up the wage gap.
No,
you
but-
brought up
And
sports.
STEM.
You brought
Yeah,
up
you brought up
sports,
sports.
No, somebody brought up.
You
No,
skipped
that was
You
weird.
brought up like, is it fair for women to get paid less? And then
Oh, in
we
the
went around.
WNBA. Okay.
And then you said, yeah.
So some of you said it's kind of unjustified. Tell you what. And here's the crazy thing: the NBA actually, what's the term?
Subsidize.
There's a term for it.
Subsidize.
They financially.
Subsidize.
Can you help me out? Bolster.
Subsidize.
They basically
subsidize.
pay for the WNBA to survive.
There's a term for it. It's not coming.
Subsidizing?
Subsidize. Thank you.
Subsidize,
Yeah, the NBA subsidizes the WNBA, so they lose money. The WNBA. So, tell you what. Let's do this. I think you guys, all of you guys are OnlyFans creators. I have OnlyFans.com/whatever. I'm a dude. Dudes don't really make a lot of money on OnlyFans. Are you guys down to subsidize?
That's actually not necessarily true. I know a lot of male creators that make just as much as most of us girls.
Yeah, that's
Most
cap.
of the fans are men.
I mean,
I see
I.
one guy who's like with a 0.01%.
Yeah, literally.
It's like,
a lot fewer.
Okay,
I think
but-
we've all
Who
seen
did
him.
it?
We've all seen his bits and pieces.
No, he got us
Okay,
both.
but
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
but there are way more women on OnlyFans than there are men,
You didn't answer
and
the
men
question.
don't
though.
make.
Would you
Alright,
subsidize?
Yeah, will you
The recon, I
subsidize
switched it
the
up.
whatever OnlyFans? I'm a male. I'm on OnlyFans.
I'm really curious to see what the ratios are for people who are on OnlyFans and like their percentages as well.
They be
Because
trying to
there
get out
is,
of
like,
that
a lot
wage
less
gap
men, right?
conversation.
I would assume
the whole
men earn
time.
more, or sorry, excuse me, men earn less. Men earn less on OnlyFans, and there's less of them too.
Yeah, so put racial. It's not impossible that racial. Proportionally, they're doing worse than
Talking
us.
about now.
Oh, so
Oh.
you're saying because there's a less of
Yeah.
it, less men that, but women.
I mean,
Women
Like,
don't
of
really
course-
consume porn like that.
How to
Say
it's
that to my
definitely-
search history.
It's definitely because women are more attractive and like people find women hotter in porn. I definitely agree that men make way less on average.
Like they maybe from gay, like if their audience is men, maybe they're making. I would assume most men who are doing OnlyFans, I'd imagine most of their consumers are, most of their fans are other men. I would assume.
No, that's true. I mean, it's either most of their fans are gay men or most of their fans are straight men that want to see a lot of different women in
Okay.
a lot of different sex tapes.
Yeah.
So actually, a lot of these like straight
Yeah,
male
we did it.
OnlyFans creators that are making a lot of
We
money.
fended them off.
In a way, they're making a lot of money because they're working with already successful OnlyFans girls that are
Exactly.
already making a lot of money
Yeah.
or are already famous.
Or they're doing
Marketing.
the gay stuff. The gay
Yeah.
stuff. You know, so. But okay, you guys down to subsidize the whatever OnlyFans?
They
Think
not
of it
gonna
as
answer
I'm
that.
the
That's a fair
WNBA.
comparison, because I think
I'm the
that-
WNBA.
I don't think it's a fair comparison though, because a lot of these successful male OnlyFans creators, honestly, they're famous because they're working with women who are already famous.
Wait, but like, why?
So
are,
in a way, we are subsidizing them.
I'd
already.
be down to subsidize you if you can make me profit in the long run.
Why would the burden be on us? Why wouldn't the burden be on OnlyFans?
What?
Because the NBA players aren't
What
subsidizing
is she talking about?
the WNBA.
Well,
it's
to
the
a
NBA
degree,
that's
they not on an individual level, but
They might be
through the
getting- yeah.
organization.
Of course, and OnlyFans takes 20% of each of our profits. So they are taking out of us too, but why is the burden on us and not on the organization itself?
I don't think you're going to hear a lot of women on OnlyFans suggesting to the OnlyFans VPs.
But like, if
you should pay
you're
the
comparing
men.
apples to oranges, like we gotta like be fair about it.
Well, it's kind of a similar comparison insofar
Funny, they
as
always talk about fair,
Similar
but
as in like forcing
when
NBA
it comes
players
to them,
themselves to subsidize for WNBA players. That's not fair.
No, okay,
That's
you're
not-
right.
Yeah,
Yes, so-
structurally, that's not sound.
on an individual level, you guys should not be subsidizing me. But the point is if OnlyFans was subsidizing their male performers, they're probably going to come for a bigger cut from all of you guys, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Or the cut that they are getting is going towards
But
that.
this is a very capitalistic society. Like, if we're not happy with it, we could move.
Stupid answer.
Move to a country where men do
like,
good
move
in
to a
porn?
different business that respects us better.
Oh, you're talking about you guys.
Yeah, like when
okay.
OnlyFans had that shutdown where they weren't allowing explicit stuff, like there was a huge migration.
Oh,
to
yeah,
other
that was crazy.
websites,
To a
right?
different app.
Like, it's not
That was-
unheard of, and it's not impossible for us to do.
Right.
Yeah, women.
I'm just saying, if you think it's unjustified that the WNBA players don't get paid as much as the NBA players, then we got to subsidize the male OnlyFans porn stars.
Yeah, but I think that in a way, a lot of us kind of already are subsidizing male creators because they're getting famous off of us getting famous. They're making their money by like having sex with all of these like, already well-known OnlyFans girls.
It's promotion. They're getting
Sharing
a lot of
platform.
promotion.
Like, why do you
It's
think there's
free
cross,
promotion.
Like, The Weeknd, Ariana Grande, like sharing the same music?
I don't know.
All right, let's get some super chats in, guys. Get your
What the fuck? Why am
get
I
some
getting
last
shot in the back
minute
already?
super chats in. Oh, we have a question here from Stifler. Ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10.
All right, give me a second. Let me try to get some kills. Holy shit, bro.
Our troops are advancing on Alpha 1.
Danger located. Near my position.
Oh, got his ass. Got it. Oh, somebody got me from the left. That's crazy. Got dropped off.
We have captured an objective.
15K, and then it gradually grew as my first month 15K, and then it gradually grew as I became more and more popular and expanded my brand. And
$100,000 a month average.
When you became a community girlfriend.
Yeah, when I
Okay.
became a community girlfriend.
That's when it just exploded. Okay, got it. Cool, cool. What about you, Rockarena?
Not if I want to say.
You want to give us a range?
Nearly 6 figures a month.
Damn.
Nearly 6 figures a month. Okay. Damn,
You should
nice.
really be getting
What
it.
about you?
It honestly fluctuates widely for me, but I would say my best month this past year, I made 50,000.
Damn.
Okay. What about you said 50,000 per month in a month.
That was my
your
best
best month.
Mhm.
How much per year would you say for the year?
She's like, I wouldn't say.
More than 6 figures, I'm assuming.
No, not more than 6 figures.
But you had a 50K a
cap.
month, right?
That's 5 figures, yeah.
But like total for the year, you think it's over your total?
I don't think it's over 6 figures.
Oh, okay.
Mhm,
Got it.
Yeah.
So for mine, over 6 figures, but I don't want to give an exact number, but we'll just say when I had my partner, my ex, he was able to quit his job and just, stay at home and
Fuck
be
you.
a stay-at-home boyfriend for me and not work and do anything.
Okay, so you were making enough money that your boyfriend
My ex, yeah.
at the time could stay home and be a stay-at-home boyfriend.
Yeah.
God.
He's great. He was a great
He was
cook.
great.
He was. Let's not talk about him too much.
Okay. Do you think that? I mean, when did you guys break up? Remind me.
It was
Remind me.
2020, like when I first started my OnlyFans.
When you first started your OnlyFans.
Like a couple months in already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were making enough when you first started to retire your boyfriend at the time, basically. Not
Yeah,
retire him, but.
Because I was like, okay, so we were living in LA, and he had to commute like from like downtown LA all the way to the airport. I was like, you know what? You're constantly commuting, and your coworkers are giving a lot of
So
stress.
she
Why
broke
don't
up
you
with
just
him?
Stay home, keep me company.
Oh.
You could go back to school if you want to. And
You sugar
just, like,
mama them.
just, I'll take care of you.
Okay. Do you think the relationship deteriorated because you were taking care of him like that?
I think I want to say yes, because maybe I didn't make him feel like he was doing enough. I kind of don't want to talk too much about it.
That's fine.
I'm still kind of
That's fine.
about it.
What about you?
I think for my first year, I think it was around like 80K, but I'm expecting 6 figures this year for sure.
Okay, congrats.
Thanks.
For me, it fluctuates month to month. I'd say 15 to 20,000
Damn.
a month, depending. But
15,
throughout the whole year,
20,000
I
a
would
month.
say
That's like a normal stripper.
100,000 a year.
Damn.
All right,
That's a little
nice.
bit more. Well, you could do that at the
My
strip
best
club
month
still
this
too.
year on OnlyFans was about 210,000, and I'm averaging around 160K. I actually pay Peter $4K a week to be my assistant. So
What?
To
A week?
To be your assistant and to have sex with you.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Damn.
God damn.
It's a good fucking deal.
210K a month. Nice. And so, do you have you approached 7 figures
we're at about 1.8 million for the year.
for the year? 1.8 mil. Wow.
Dang.
You're
God
making it
damn.
worth it. I can't even hate.
God damn. What about you, Princess April?
$250,000 combined with all my occupation.
Per
Damn.
month or per
Just
year?
for the year.
Okay, for the year.
Yeah.
For your other occupations. That's right. Do you also sell drugs, or what?
No.
What other vices are you involved in, April?
I
Right?
recently became Playboy, which I don't know if the chat might have respect for.
Playboy, holy
I mean,
shit.
some of the girls
Can
here.
you
like,
scoot the mic that way?
Yes. Is this
Keep
okay?
going. And then straighten it. That's good. That's good. Perfect. Go ahead.
I think half of the girls here are Playboy now too, right?
They've been on Playboy?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, show of hands. Lowell, who's been? Is it featured on their website, or how does that work?
Centerfold, right?
Centerfold. Yeah.
You can
And
be
it's
a cl-
selective.
Jason, have you been on?
I can give you a referral.
Can you get a connection for
Yeah,
Jason?
they actually
'Cause
have male
A referral system?
Jason?
traders. Yeah.
Jason?
You want Playboy?
You think I got a shot?
You got
Send us
abs?
info.
You got abs, bro?
All right, it's in the works, Jason.
He didn't answer.
Forget those cellular stores you have. Jason, by the way,
Why
if you
the
don't
fuck?
know, is a proprietor of numerous businesses in Las Vegas. So, but he's been looking to transition into.
I know. I need to find a new line of work because, like, goddamn.
He wants
Y'all hire?
OF.
Like-
OF.
Right?
You have a cute smile, a nice job. You
Oh.
can totally do
We
it.
can make you our
Taking
assistant.
you assistant.
Yeah, you want to be our assistant?
Jason.
DMs,
Oh, yeah.
DMs are open.
DMs are open. Okay. Wow, that's really fantastic. You guys are making a lot of money. Okay, so just really quick, I'm curious. I know some of you have kind of already touched on this. Do all of you do content with, was it BG?
Males?
Or,
Boy,
I mean, there's
girl?
other types too. Or are any of you strictly solo? Anybody strictly solo?
I am strictly solo.
Have you done BG before, or always been solo content?
Like content to sell, like I once posted me and my ex like doing like a clip, but then that's pretty much it. From there on, like after near the end of 2020, it was just all me. It's just torsos and dildos, multiple cameras, tripods, all of that to make my magic happen.
Did you say tortoises?
Torso.
Oh, I thought you said tortoises.
Oh, sorry,
I thought
torso.
that's a crime, I think.
Is it even You know what?
PETA.
Let's not even think about it.
Wait, PETA.
Sorry, PETA.
Get her. Okay, so everyone else, you do boy-girl scenes. Okay. Do any of you post like on more traditional porn sites like Pornhub or anything, or is it just OnlyFans? Or
I've like started on ManyVids before OF, and I also recently did a professional porn film. Yeah. So, I have like multi-facets of
Keep
my
moving up.
content.
We're about to lose like 100 viewers in chat right now.
What? Oh, because they're gonna head on over to. Let me get caught up on some super chats here. All right, we have Ville Rantala. I believe that's Colombian pesos. Thank you for the 20,000 Colombian pesos. Appreciate it, man. Whereas Chase, he should be here speaking about Jesus. You're right. He should have been here. Unfortunately, you know, I think he's probably in a Twitter space right now talking about politics, but he's tired of arguing with girls about dating. So,
right.
Let's see. We have Michael
funny.
Trilstein.
He said he's tired of
here.
it.
Jason, can you read this one?
I
Trilstein.
can't see it, dude. My eyes are terrible.
On my screen.
Who's shooting me?
Oh, they bring dishonor to family.
They
W. Jason
bring
in the chat.
dishonor to family.
Jason,
Is that the best you can do with your accent?
Yeah, I was born and raised here. Like,
I mean, me
I sound like a white guy.
too. I mean, me too. Can I read that one?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I'm Vietnamese, so I'm
That's funny. All right, let's try to get a kill. Chilling at this base for a while. Get in a little closer. I didn't see him until it was too late. It's crazy. My boy. Appreciate you, whoever that was. Appreciate you, medic.
There's an enemy fire team around 70 meters. Located hostile tank.
Hostile tank! East!
We have Charlie 1. Charlie 1 is secure. We have lost an objective.
Outside it! East!
Holy shit, I got stuck on the ladder. Of course. I was trying to jump out of there and I got stuck on a ladder.
Hostile presence! God damn it, gotta reload!
Where the fuck is he? Is he above me or what?
Hostile located!
All objectives secure. The sector is now under control.
Holy shit, I'm too close.
I need armor deployed on my marker!
Acknowledged vehicle drop incoming.
hazard is depending on your location. Find the battlefield and its shield.
Oh shit, gotta get out.
Storm on the horizon.
New objectives assigned. Secure the
Put the
area.
tank in a terrible spot.
Marking enemy tank. 150 meters.
I think we're winning.
Careful at the marker.
Oh no, we're just moving up.
Regroup on my far marker.
Yeah. Kept the 10 Commandments, definitely.
What I was asking you two is, when you contacted me, you said you built feminists, and you kind of described a little bit about what that means. I suppose my question is, what do you believe in as a feminist, and chiefly, do you believe in the patriarchy theory?
Yes, I believe in the patriarchy. I believe that there is like historical examples of the United States being a patriarchy, and I still think that there are certain ways where it can exist. I think, interestingly enough, I think in some ways you guys are actually pushing against that when you guys are talking against promiscuity in men, because I think historically it's been accepted, this idea that like, oh, you know, if a man sleeps around, he's just a player, he's just being the alpha. And that's a patriarchal notion. So I actually agree with you guys in the sense that like, hey, you know what, like sleeping around men or women, like that's not necessarily a good idea. But yes, I do believe that like in the general patriarchy, and that there are still like examples of it currently going on.
Okay. Do you think we live in the patriarchy?
Yes, I do. And I
That's
think
why
like
it's
building
awesome.
off of like,
Real.
I think the question that you asked me was like
I don't think we
more
have enough
related to what my
patriarchy.
definition of feminism is.
Mm.
I gave it to you a bit earlier, but I also like to explain it to people as feminism really is just like a neutral tool and way of analyzing and understanding the world around us and looking at it through gender relations or sex relations. You can arrive at conservative conclusions or like liberal left-leaning
That is
conclusions
that,
through it.
boy.
There's many examples of conservative feminists, rad femmes, TERFs, third wave feminists, like all of these groups are kind of at odds with each other. Yeah, they broadly fall under like
Cap
the advocate
that.
for women's rights, but the way that they decide to go about it is completely different. So there's not one coherent definition of like this feminist ideology guides this group of women or people, because really anybody can claim to be a feminist or employ feminism.
Sure.
And I just feel like it is a useful tool for anybody to use, because wouldn't you agree that the lives of men and women are so different that to analyze them through that structure is often interesting and insightful?
So you think feminism is a useful tool?
Sound like a
Yes.
bunch of bullshit.
Okay. And just really quick, just to bring you two into it, I don't know if you guys identify as feminist, Destiny. Consider yourself
Yeah.
feminist. Okay. So
I think it's, to be clear, that term has become so broad that it's kind of like meaningless, right?
Sure.
Holy
like,
shit,
like,
bro.
One way of fighting for equity as a feminist could just be that like any kind of like structural barriers that women face entering like certain fields of education should be removed. But other people might argue that like,
do those even exist?
They're,
most
they
of
have
them
a
at this
better
point-
chance of getting accepted usually when you're a woman.
It's
Sure,
like,
most
do
of the ones that
those-
exist
do
now
those
are probably
even
like cultural
exist?
in nature, and a lot of those I think have been largely eroded, probably especially over the past like 10 or 20 years.
Yeah.
But then there are other feminists that will push for way more radical stuff, depending on where you want to go on the political spectrum. So it just kind of depends on what you're.
sure. And just so we all agree on definitions here, what is the patriarchy?
Right?
The patriarchy is basically this idea that there has been like this
Come on,
system
let me
of
jump on the
oppression
ladder.
that mostly benefits men and is in the detriment of women. Now, the patriarchy also negatively affects men. A lot of people have this misconception that's like, oh, the patriarchy like only benefits men, like men are hurt by it. No, there are clear examples of ways that men are hurt by the patriarchy. But this idea that it basically usually favors
somebody snuck
men
up on
or
me.
puts them on top to the detriment of women, generally speaking.
Can you give some examples of how men have been like boosted ahead and women have been like detrimentally damaged due to the patriarchy?
How men have been detrimentally damaged?
No, how your original point was women are damaged to put men up in the patriarchy. Do you have some examples?
Yes, and I think this is kind of a unique space because
Okay,
every other
let's
red
hear
pill
it.
space I've been in has had this idea that like men should like continue like sleeping around and trying to like deflower women and like not marry them and just like fuck around, have
Erose.
fun, and continuously basically like if women decide to like follow that lead, oh they're stupid or they're like dumb, like they don't know what they're doing, like they should just like up and go away, right? And I feel like that's a very clear example of like these men reap the benefits of sex while simultaneously looking down on the woman that they're reaping those benefits from.
How's that related to patriarchy?
Yeah, how's that to a woman's detriment? Like, guys aren't going out with putting up to women's head like, you better have sex with me. Like, they're out here getting it in on their own.
Well, it's detrimental to women because when it comes to things like, like the workforce, or when it comes to being taken seriously, like voicing their opinions, their ideas, trying to break into like certain fields. Now they're just, instead of actually viewing the woman as a whole human being, they're judged only on the basis of
That's the women's fault.
There's no logical connection
To the
there.
advantage of women, largely, though.
No, hold on. You just said that woman sleeping around is directly related to her getting a job. That's the kind of logic you just made.
If I am trying to, and this is like,
is body count on resumes nowadays?
Can I please finish?
Am I missed out on that?
Can I please finish?
Go
my
ahead.
Sentence?
Go ahead.
Okay. If I am trying to apply to a professional job, and let's say I made the mistake of having OnlyFans or something in the past.
Made the mistake of having
my
OnlyFans.
employer,
That's funny.
or if somebody's like, like the way that she dresses, or she gives off like slut vibes or whatever, people might see that as like, like unprofessional. And she might be even like the smart. Let's say she's extremely smart, intelligent, has multiple degrees, whatever. Because of those mistakes in the past, now it's going to be really hard for her to be taken seriously in a professional sense.
Sounds like the consequences of your own actions.
Exactly. Wait. So wait. Like, how would a guy not experience the exact same degradation if he had an OnlyFans? And they're like, this guy used to do like feet milling. I don't know what the they do, but and that was sent to an employer. How would that like,
Well, the perception.
Wait, hold on. How would that like unequally affect the man in a negative way, the same way it would affect the woman in a negative way? Because using that as an example to prove that men are using the patriarchy to keep women down. So that example doesn't hold up because it holds up to both sides of the sexes.
Well, generally speaking, when a man sleeps around a lot, and we can even go to Fresh and Fit, we can go to all these other red pill spaces, they are claimed to be high value men. Like, they are claimed to be like these men who are, like all the men want to be like them. Like, you should continue sleeping around. Look at all these strategies. I am very appreciative that right now that this space doesn't agree with that. But the truth of the matter is that in all these other spaces promoting the red pill, they say the complete opposite. They say men should sleep around a lot.
There's no sense. So you're trying to say like a guy could be like, hey, I want to be a doctor, and let me show you these 30 fucking sluts from Miami I fucked. And that's not going to benefit
I'm
him.
like so charismatic and so influential. I can convince like 30 women to sleep with me.
Does that have to do with the patriarchy?
Are you saying that
you're acting like if
wait. I think the gist of what she's saying is that there tends to be greater social repercussions for women that have engaged in sexuality openly.
If you take fans to your job application, like, look, I want to be this X-ray tech, but I also suck 30 dudes.
Maybe 10 years ago, but we're neglecting that the people who staff HR departments are overwhelmingly like these girl boss types.
This is an anecdote, but I watched a documentary called Life After, and they analyzed the differences between male stars and talent after they left the industry and female stars after they left the industry. And the women, overwhelmingly in that documentary, were socially ostracized and ended up getting back into the industry, whereas the men were able to.
I would argue that's not actually unfair because there are objective
I never said it was unfair. I'm literally just saying that
that's
and that was what the documentary showed.
all you have to
hold on. Yeah, hold on. So, but if you look at most adult content, oftentimes there's always a female name, but half the time you don't even see the male. You don't know the male actor.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's differences on that level, but I would suspect, going back to your point, I would suspect if, you take two people, a woman, a man, they both did adult content, they're trying to get a job, I think it's going to kind of reflect poorly on both of them if it's like a job that requires some sort of decorum or seriousness.
I understand what you're saying, and you're basically saying, there's a general stigma against sex work, which is true.
But is that
even
the
if
best?
we take,
that's the one example you go to when I'm asking about the patriarchy.
We're asking how the patriarchy.
You asked for one example, and I gave you one example.
That was a bad example.
Can I take a step of this? Okay. I think when people talk about the patriarchy, in the broadest of sense, what we're really saying is that, historically speaking, men have kind of been granted all of the autonomy in directing society, and women are, even though in some ways they're benefiting from the patriarchy, they're kind of like the subjects of men. So men exist to make decisions financially. They're the leaders of business. They're the leaders of banks. Men exist to make decisions about wars and the state of the country. They're the head of the political systems. They're our presidents. They're our congressmen. And men are the ones making decisions about how women live their lives. They're the head of the household. They're the ones working jobs predominantly, so they're choosing where people live. So when people criticize the patriarchy, in some ways the patriarchy benefits and hurts men. In some ways the patriarchy benefits and hurts women. But I think what people are generally looking at is the autonomous aspect. That in patriarchy, even if you are benefited and hurt a bit as a man, ultimately, you have a lot of autonomy. You've got a lot of different ways that you can decide to live your life. Some of these come out in good ways, like you can have jobs, you can be single, you can do whatever. Some of these come out in bad ways. You're more likely to join the military or work really shitty jobs. And then same thing with women.
Yeah, really shitty
there are ways
jobs.
that it can benefit you or hurt you. It can benefit you in that you don't have to work. You can stay home and take care of a kid. It can hurt you in that you're subjugated to a pretty narrow set of roles. But the main issue is that feminists would argue that in a patriarchal system, the man has a much wider range to express his desires and how he wants to exist in the world, whereas women are kind of like, you have to do this one thing, otherwise you're going to be heavily socially or sometimes even legally ostracized for it. I think it's like the broadest.
I disagree with you a little bit there on your last point. I think actually if you look at kind of the options that women have, I think they have more options than do men. For example, in terms of partnering up with a woman, I would say men overwhelmingly, women have kind of two choices. They can find a man who's prepared to provide for them. They can be the stay-at-home. Not all women are going to be able to secure that option, but it's there for some women. Or,
to be clear, I'm just saying historically, this is what, like today, as society exists today is a lot different than it was in the 1800s, right? I'm just saying historically when we talk about patriarchy. Because as it exists today, a lot of what is quote-unquote patriarchy is really we're talking about very nuanced social pressures and a little bit of litigation. So maybe around like abortion. But broadly speaking, like a lot of the issues related to women and having freedom in society have been ameliorated. Women can go to school, they can have jobs, they can exist on their own. Like largely speaking, they've got a lot more freedom now than they did even 50 years ago.
Well, sure.
Thanks largely in due to feminists.
Gotcha. And just to bring it back to you guys, I mean, my sense of the patriarchy, it's basically one for feminists, but so it's like a conspiracy theory. But
wait, we got to continue to use the number one weakness of feminism, which is accountability. So you said that men are being lifted up and women are being put under men. And men are having like these gigantic leaps and bounds in today's modern society at the detriment of women.
I never said giant leaps and bounds. I said general benefits.
That's what the patriarchy is. It's just like this big phantom boogeyman that's here to oppress all women.
Literally.
So I just wanted you to clarify on your point, because you didn't give an example. Destiny had to jump in. So what's your example? Because you used fans on a
no, I didn't use. I was trying to use this. Okay, first of all, the general point I was trying to make is that if you find out a guy has slept with 30 women, a lot of people see that guy as like a player, as charismatic, etc., etc. If you find out a woman has slept with 30 men.
Nothing to do with patriarchy.
Okay,
yeah,
this
is a very
but beyond that, I can give you
comes
other
from
examples.
the objective differences between male and female sexuality, not from a cultural stigma that has just been artificially imbued into us. There are objective differences between the decisions that women make in the so-called sexual marketplace and the decisions that men make in it, because women are the gatekeepers of sex.
Okay, can you explain to that? Or I'm genuinely curious. I just want to understand like your logic and your thought process.
But hold on.
Still no example?
Wait, okay.
Hold on. Let me I just got to interrupt you really quick.
Still no example? I'm waiting.
I'll give you your
hold
example
on.
right
Let me just interrupt you really quick here. I feel terrible having the straw man for a feminist, but like you keep going back to this body count thing. I'm anti-feminist, but I'm familiar with feminist arguments. Like this whole men and women being judged differently because of on their sexuality is like such a low priority for feminists. I'm confused why that's your first thing that you're going
because
to. I know it's related to dating.
Were you saying that was you asked for one example. You didn't ask for like.
Were you saying? Everybody, hold on.
Okay.
Were you saying that was a benefit for men of the patriarchy, that men are able to sexually take advantage of women?
Yes, but also the reason why I brought that up is because since you guys kept repeating like this is a dating podcast, like relationships, that was one of the first things that my mind went to. But I do have other examples of like patriarchal like structures.
Before we get to I find this very, very fascinating. So are you acknowledging that men running through women, that's a bad thing?
Yes, but society as a whole doesn't seem to agree with my opinion.
Doesn't seem to agree with that. And you're saying men running through women, this is one of the negative aspects of patriarchy, and it's one of the things that men benefit from when it comes to patriarchy. Is that correct? Would you say? Framing?
society as a whole views that as a benefit to men.
And is that,
that's what I'm saying.
Hold on.
I have my personal opinion that's disagreeing with that. But in general, if we're talking about how society generally views the patriarchy, how society generally views women and men, society generally will prop up a man if he engages in that behavior.
Is that because of patriarchy, you're saying?
I do think that's an extension of patriarchy. This idea that like men are more capable, that men are, you know, like stronger, and therefore like those actions are supposed to indicate like strength.
I have one thing really quick.
I'm trying to make a point.
What?
He's trying to make a point, goddammit. Let him make his point.
I've listened.
He's put his mic on the table, he's leaning forward.
One thing.
I've listened for 20 minutes. Please
just
go
one
ahead.
thing.
Oh my God.
Is the patriarchy stronger now,
He said, "Oh my
or
God."
was it stronger, say, 100 years ago?
Oh, it was stronger 100 years ago. I think we've made great advancements.
And so
in
you're
women's
blaming, but the
stared that one
patriarchy
down
was
for too
stronger,
long.
say, 100 years ago, but now in today's day and age, when it's ostensibly the weakest it's ever been, how can you pin?
So this is Brian. Let me take it from here. This is kind of he's leading to my point. Okay, you and I both agree that men running through women is detrimental to our society. Correct?
Yes.
The argument that I would make is in years past, when there were stronger patriarchal structures over society, there were decreased rates of men running through women because we had greater amounts of tradition in society. This whole sexual liberation thing that is intimately tied into feminism, I would say that feminism is largely to blame for so many women in our society getting run through, because earlier in the conversation, Destiny was making the point that nowadays we live in a society where a lot of women, both liberal and conservative alike, they want to go and build their careers and they want to go and enjoy their lives. And a big part of that enjoyment of their lives involves being sexually free in their 20s. That thing that you dislike, that is a fruit of feminism.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things historically that patriarchy protected against, because traditionally speaking, it was a father's job to protect his daughter's virginity and her purity and all that kind of stuff. That's a good thing for society. This sexual liberation stuff that's burning women is a fruit of feminism.
That's a very, sorry, let me just respond to that quickly. That's a very interesting point. However, when I look at historically examples of like what has happened between men and women's relationships, you still have structures of the patriarchy that still incentivize like men to like either sleep around or not face negative repercussions necessarily for sleeping around, until the advent of feminism also tried to help fight against that. So
that was
let
at
me
the
just
absolute
finish.
top of
Now
society.
she's saying
though,
that.
and
Wait,
very
wait,
small
wait.
amounts of men. It was nowhere near like it is.
She don't
today.
have a point to her
But the
argument.
idea that like, oh, if a man cheats on you, it's the woman's fault. She was not a good enough wife. She was not like good enough, whatever. Existed for decades, right? This idea that like, sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought.
point?
Like,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
I just in patriarchy, infidelity in marriage was frowned upon for
Yes.
everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, it was frowned upon
More than
for
it is
everyone,
now.
but women before the advent of feminism weren't able to break away from those from that.
I
Basically,
just wanted to say
they
that-
were stuck in.
Let her
these-
finish her point, please,
Okay,
Nev.
yeah, sorry.
They were stuck in these cycles where it was like, okay, my husband cheats on me, or my husband leaves me. He's an alcoholic. He's doing all this. Well, because there's
She's been talking for about 20 minutes and she ain't made her point yet. Sheesh.
no fault divorce. I'm stuck with him. I have to take this abuse. He could be physically abusive.
But those were situations with fault for divorce. That was grounds for divorce, abuse,
Right.
alcoholism.
But even then,
cheating.
the
Even
idea that
Catholic
you have
Church
to-
sees cheating as grounds for divorce.
Even
So
then,
you
the
had
idea
grounds.
that you have to go through this whole court process to prove that your husband actually did this stuff to you and that you didn't deserve it, right? Because those were the thoughts back in the day, that if your husband does anything to you, well, it's your fault because you weren't a good enough wife, you weren't a good enough mother, whatever. Did stop women from being able to be liberated or be able to get the rights that they deserved.
Kind of like what men have to go through nowadays with false accusations and all that.
Yep.
Yeah, nowadays the reasons for divorce aren't the things you've listed. It's literally just
Grape
women being
accusations.
like, I feel vaguely unfulfilled in this relationship.
Yeah, can I just say, I think that you are actively
It's a great point, John.
perpetuating the patriarchy that you're cursing and blaming everything on by endorsing like OnlyFans and stuff, by saying
When did I ever endorse
just by
OnlyFans?
like promoting the stuff, like
When did I promote it?
earlier.
When did I
Do
promote
it.
it earlier?
You started bringing OnlyFans
Do
into
it.
things as if like people
No,
wouldn't judge you
I
for
said.
it.
Well, I said like, yeah, women are judged for having OnlyFans. I
That
didn't
was
say
the most
OnlyFans is
niche
good.
example ever.
Should
Like,
women not be
wait.
judged for
Yeah, to be fair, false accusations is a very niche example.
I think you're
fair
perpetuating.
play.
No.
But I mean, come on, Destiny, come
Also,
on.
you're
Hey,
strong-
everybody, for the sake of Brian's channel, if we're going to talk about SA, let's use the word great. Okay.
So
It's
for
okay.
SA though, Destiny, come on, pulling up like, oh, we see you may have had an OnlyFans account.
No, but
That's
you're
a
straw
pretty-
manning me. I used OnlyFans as an example, but what I was trying to elaborate, or what
It's
I
so
was trying
bad
to
Destiny doesn't wanna
illustrate,
defend
is
you.
that even without OnlyFans, if you find out, or a rumor or whatever, that a woman has slept around with 30 men, they're gonna look down on that woman. Forget OnlyFans, forget
It
anything else.
is more
Rightfully
feminist
so.
to hold women accountable for their actions and believe that they have full agency over their sexuality and hold them accountable when they've done
Right.
things unwise with their sexuality.
And as a
that's a more
feminist-
feminist option
Hit the
than
bell
considering them to be just tiny, like
Audio
angel babies who
No, and
deserve
as
to
a-
be defended no matter what they do.
And as a feminist, I agree, but I also think we should hold men accountable for these actions
who
as
do you,
well.
Who do you think? You seem
Come
to
in,
think
Billy,
that women
Billy, come
shouldn't
in.
be judged
Hold
for
on.
having an
Let's let Billy.
OnlyFans.
Let's let Billy
I,
go.
what? Sorry, can you repeat that?
You seem to think that women should not be judged for choosing to do.
I think it
Right,
depends on
exactly.
the circumstance.
There is no
Absolutely.
circumstance where
Okay,
it's acceptable.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sorry,
hold
but
on.
there are
Hold
so
on,
many
hold on,
women
hold
who
on.
get into sex trafficking who start
Okay, that
OnlyFans
is
because
not-
they get
That ain't got nothing to do with
That is
nothing.
not the example that you gave us. You gave
Well,
us the
I was-
example of a woman
okay.
with OnlyFans.
No, I was giving a general example of like, oh, the idea of when women are judged more harshly.
Women-
But if you want, I'm gonna elaborate now, or I'm gonna clarify now. That's just an example, right? There are, you asked, oh, do you think women should never be judged for OnlyFans? I never said that. I do think that there are certain scenarios
Jordan.
where they
How
shouldn't
about
be
all
judged as
scenarios?
harshly.
Okay, all right,
How about all
hold on.
scenarios women should-
So
For the
if you-
sake of conversation,
Let's
with
bring
all,
Billy
with all
into
due
it.
respect,
So AIDS.
we could go around and around and around with this, but you have like kind of like every single answer you give, it's kind of qualified. Like in some cases this, but in other cases
Because life
that.
is
It's
not
almost
black
like
and
it's a
white.
nuanced discussion that's not going
Yeah,
to
I mean, you
trend towards yes, no answers.
you can make every single thing nuanced is the point, but it's not fruitful for the overall
I think
discussion.
something
I
that's
want to hear.
interesting- something
I
that's
want to.
interesting-
I want to hear what
wait,
Billy,
wait.
Billy
Let's
was
let
waiting to
Billy
jump
come in.
I just have a question. As feminists, who do you think is more at a disadvantage or more discriminated against in today's society, men or women?
Hey, Nev, move your mic.
You're gonna hate me for responding this, but what metric are you using? Like, what are you?
Wow.
Are you saying like in the, no?
C4.
You guys are acting like I'm crazy.
No, I'm
and I
not.
understand
It's
the
just-
frustration.
We're not
She
acting.
sound
You are
crazy.
crazy.
You were thinking with emotions right now. Just
Wait,
say
did you
your
even
not
answer
acting-
her question?
I'm
Did she-
not
did she-
trying to disrespect
Billy, did
you.
she
or act
answer
like
the
you're
question?
crazy. It's just whenever you answer a question, it's like every single thing has a million shades of gray. And I don't look at the world that way, and I think it overcomplicates literally everything.
So you're saying you look at the
beyond
world in like
point of how far it needs to
simplistic
be
black and
complicated.
white paradigms.
Right.
You don't ever try to look at the shades of
I mean,
gray that exist
I'm the kind of
between.
person I believe in like objective truth, and like when
Literal,
it comes to the gender
logical
discussion,
thinking.
for example, I asked what is a woman, and it's like somebody who's born with an XX or XY chromosome. Like to me,
Yeah,
a lot of things
logic.
like that are very black and white. And I know that in some small instances there's shades of gray, but it's like when questions are directed.
I mean, when we were
towards this
talking
corner-
earlier about
when
like
questions are
essay and
directed-
bathrooms, we were
Yo,
like
Aaron,
very
finish. Aaron,
interested.
finish. Let him finish.
When questions are directed to this side of the panel, with all due respect, it devolves into this like million shades of gray for literally everything in the
Right.
conversation. I feel like it's not.
Can't
fruitful
answer the
conversation.
question.
Is my
So
point.
where during the job interview process do they ask you to bring up your OnlyFans history? He's like the hiring manager, is
You
it
know,
the
is this
HR?
the level of
Appreciate
discourse
it.
that we're on.
Right.
Where at what point during the client
You know, I think
interaction
all
There are
does
background
happen?
checks that include your internet history, and if you choose to do OnlyFans, that's in your internet footprint forever. That is a choice that you made. That's the example that you brought up. And in your belief as a feminist, women have full agency over their sexuality since they've been liberated. It's only fair then to hold them accountable for making
Yeah, they
a
should be
decision.
Can I
accountable
say,
for their decisions.
OnlyFans
too, then.
aside, I personally would not advocate for employers to go looking to see how qualified the candidates are by the first thing that they're searching up after they see the name on the resume. Let's see if they have an OnlyFans
It
account.
comes up pretty quickly
And
when you look
wouldn't
at
just
somebody's
be, it wouldn't
background
just be
on
that
the
as part of
internet.
their history any more than I think it's relevant for an employer to be like, let's look through their Facebook, let's look through their Twitter, through their
Those
YouTube.
things are relevant.
Whatever
Okay,
sex
okay.
work is
So
more
wait a minute,
relevant
Like
than that
every,
stuff.
back on the company, though.
every employer is allowed to freely associate with who they want, but I would criticize any business
Damn.
person who thinks that it's pretty prudent to spend their time scanning through candidates like Instagram and social media.
Oh, now they're saying they're wasting their time doing background search.
What relevant is their credentials and their resume?
You don't think it's prudent for employers to care about whether or not one of their employees has OnlyFans?
Yeah, I think you're
That's
just-
not prudent.
Wait, hold on.
Like if I'm a
depending on what the job
if I'm a
is, but generally
CEO,
speaking, I don't think it's prudent or like a
Well,
fruitful
Chase,
use of an employer's
let me
time
make
to
this
like
point real quick.
specifically comb through their prospective like applicants' internet history.
Okay,
in that way.
internet history and OnlyFans are two different things.
Fans can be part of your internet.
So if I'm a CEO
They
and I'm
do.
hiring somebody, let's say I'm hiring a salesperson to close high-ticket deals and they're talking with important people on a daily basis, and I'm
Right.
sending that salesperson to go speak with these people, and if any of those people that they speak to look up that person's name and they find of them all over the internet, obviously they're going to take me and my company far less seriously if I have somebody working like that for me. How
And
can you
your-
say
your
that that's not
response is just
important?
like, oh well, they shouldn't. they shouldn't.
No,
think
I
that
said
that
every employer
is
and
bad.
business owner
Yeah,
is allowed to
and it's
freely
like-
associate and hire whoever they think so. If they really think that that's at odds
Fucking
with
guy
their
got me.
company's profits, then
And
don't
that's-
hire that
okay, and that's
candidate.
how
But
you
I
end
would
up-
be very suspect as to whether or not that's actually
So
the case.
then wait a
And
minute,
that's
wait,
how
wait,
you
wait.
end up
If
not-
this-
it
if
may
it-
very well be the case that the
if
scenario that you're
this-
describing does happen, and if that's the case, then I wouldn't expect an employer to act any other way.
So okay, cool, great. So if this is not a relevant point, then why did she bring this up?
Bring
as
it
a
up,
relevant point?
exactly.
I like how almost every other person in the panel understood what I was saying and maybe disagreed with what I was saying, but at least understood it versus you, who keep saying like, oh no, you think a person like should like hired fans when it's like, hey, no, like what I'm trying to say is that there are different standards for men and women when it comes to like sex. That's all I was trying to say. And yet you keep
Should
trying
not
to
be
strong.
different standards for people who are different.
No,
Yeah, do
that's
you
Men
understand-
and
a
women
good
are
question.
different,
Oh,
so
sorry.
they are held to different standards because
Yeah.
of the objective differences between male and female sexuality.
Bingo.
Yeah, and we
What
can
would you say to
have
that?
we can
Bingo.
have this conversation right now. I just want to point out that I appreciate you guys actually bringing that to a conversation than trying to straw man me over and over
She
again.
don't know what she talking
So
about.
what would your response be to that?
Would do different. So just to
Women
make
and men
sure.
are treated differently because of the objective differences between men and women, especially in regards to their sexuality.
How is this patriarchy holding women down? I'm still waiting.
Oh
Did we
yeah,
not
let's come back to that.
Yeah, why
Okay,
are
let
we
me
using
hold
the
on?
word
Let me
patriarchy
redirect.
like it's a
Let me
bad
redirect the
word?
How is it
conversation.
holding it
Based
down?
word.
Yeah, okay,
Okay,
if it
wait.
hasn't been
So,
like
hold on,
holding
let- I
society
got a
together.
Men
couple
invented
questions.
OnlyFans.
I did want to hear
Men
Pixie's
invented
Hold on.
OnlyFans.
Hold on. I got a couple questions here. Let me try to get through them, and we'll have a little back and forth. Okay, so under the patriarchy, are women oppressed?
Yes.
Are men the oppressors?
He said,
They're not all.
Jesus fuck.
Don't use the words
I've
in vain.
donated $300. Those two feminists are so far gone. Life has consequences. It's called reality. And you
Right.
two need a clear dose of it. Employers want morally sound employees. News flash doing of /sex isn't moral. Also, can you two form a
News
valid
flash.
argument instead of rambling?
Thank you, Bads EXE. I think that's
Wait, can I
Victor.
respond to the donor real quick?
Yeah.
Something that's interesting to me is that, like, I think that there is a valid conversation to be had about doing employment background checks. However, not hiring somebody because they do OnlyFans, you could argue that, hey, I think the corporation should take a stand and say, we don't police our individual employees' backgrounds. Now, you can say that's unreasonable. However, when corporations turn that same lens and they get very woke about employees, you conservative people get really upset about that.
Exactly.
For instance, if 10 years ago you tweeted shit about being a Nazi or whatever, or you tweeted edgy jokes, you guys would stand up and you go, hold on, corporations shouldn't be holding employees accountable for stuff they said on their Twitter 10 years ago. But it sounds like if somebody found an OnlyFans you did 10 years ago, you'd be saying, well, it's totally fair game to make it so that that person can't work at that
Yeah,
company.
doing OnlyFans
I
is
didn't
worse
say-
than
wait,
saying
wait, wait,
offensive
that's not a
stuff
fair-
on
that's
Twitter.
not a fair
Okay,
argument.
one at a time. Let's go. Because
Okay, let me just say mine real quick
People
because
are
it's
getting
easy.
fired from their jobs for saying something is gay on Twitter 10 years
Exactly.
ago, or
Sure.
like
Yeah.
making
But
making a
the reason-
mildly
but hold on,
homophobic
but hold on,
joke.
but we said
That's
earlier-
a totally
Whoa,
different
whoa.
thing than like espousing
no.
National Socialism
No,
or
it's
something.
actually totally not. Because
Holy
what if it
shit,
is the
bro.
case that your salesman is doing business with
I
another
knew it.
company, and let's say that the person that they're interfacing with is gay, they find out that your salesperson tweeted homophobic stuff 10 years ago, and now you've got like a blue chip company that doesn't want to do business with you because you hire people that have been homophobic. They could use the exact same argument that you use about not hiring the OnlyFans people. Now, hold on. To be clear, I'm not saying that we should fire all those people. I'm just saying that back in my day, okay, we didn't
Back
have
in
to
my
fucking
day.
peruse all the online history of everybody to decide who gets hired or who's not. I think that if you're not on the clock, then the fucking employer shouldn't have anything to do with your shit. But it is
Right.
interesting that we were very selective about what we want policed in a person's history.
And that's how you end
This
up working
goes
at
back to
Starbucks
the
the rest
original
of your
point
life.
that I was making earlier in the conversation about sexuality contributes to the degeneracy of society. I want to live in a society where you can joke about something being gay online.
Sure,
and
but
you
it
can't
could
get
be
fired for it.
come on. I'm saying it could be like a racist joke. It could be a bigoted joke. It could be a
Don't
whatever
matter.
edgy joke. It could be any type of thing, right?
Is
Or it
that
could be
TOS? Is it TOS?
What?
To say that homosexuality, is that TOS?
I don't know, but your podcast is going
We're
down
in California,
tonight,
don't
okay? Just tell us when the stream goes down and move to Rumble.
Sure. Okay.
All I'm saying,
Hold on.
I think that broadly speaking, I think we should probably say corporations. We need to stop this culture of corporations digging into employment history just because like people on Twitter get really mad that like this guy did this thing 5 or 10 years ago. Whether it's like making a sexist joke or doing OnlyFans.
Okay.
That would be my personal.
Fair enough. We got to move away from that. I want to bring it back to you.
Yeah, on that note, I'm gonna holler at y'all later too, man. I got some other shit I gotta do. Peace.